I'm about to say something Nintendo fans don't like. So if you are a Nintendo fan with a rational hatred of anybody saying something you don't like, how about you just leave a thumbs down now, leave a nasty comment. Let's just get that out of the way. I'll give you time. I don't know, how much time do you need? Like 10 seconds to say that I have a stupid face? All right. Did you get your thumbs down in there? Okay, good. Okay, so for rational-minded individuals that can actually stand criticism, understand that I have been a Nintendo fan my entire life. My first video game console I ever played was the Nintendo Entertainment System. I've loved Nintendo my entire life, like I said. So what I'm talking about today is simply my opinions and some facts sprinkled in there. If you want to make the worst hater in the world, have a hater that used to be your biggest fan. That's me. Yes, I'm a hater. Just get over it, make peace with that, and move on. I've had people in my comment section absolutely like vomiting their lives into the comment section, telling me how stupid I am, and I'm like, dog, it's opinions. If you don't like them, then you came here, you came to my channel, you wanted to talk about it. I don't know what else to tell you. Find a new form of entertainment. If your Switch 2 was so great, you'd be playing that instead of talking to me. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. If your Switch 2 was so fun, why are you wasting your time in my comment section? I don't know. Anyway, here we go. So here's the hard-hitting facts. Here are the things that I want to talk about and the major problems Nintendo is facing. So as we know, Nintendo makes very good first-party games. That's a compliment, okay? That's a compliment. Do you understand that, Nintendo fanboys? I just complimented what you love. Now I'm going to say something you don't want to hear. They don't have a large third-party pool of developers making games for their consoles. Or console, I should say. The Switch 2 has sold a lot of copies, but it's on the decline, as we see in this article here. Year over year, we are on a decline. So, I think Nintendo is trying to bump those numbers up. That's why we're seeing the Ocarina of Time trump card being pulled, because it's all they have at this point. They don't have any big mainline title Mario game coming. They don't have a big mainline Zelda coming, and those are the big cash cows. So what are we going to do? Bring out Ocarina of Time. We can slap it into Unreal Engine 5, and we can push it to market before Christmas, and we can make some money. We can print some money, and that's a great idea. But it was a great idea as a launch title, okay? My criticism is it was a great idea at launch. And as a sign of good faith, sell it at $30. Give us a cartridge, sell it at $30 and say, here's a fresh coat of paint on one of your favorite games of all time. Enjoy. And, you know, this could be a anniversary edition, what have you. I understand that we're not at an anniversary. We're at the 30 year. We're coming up to it. So I understand they want to try to do something like a 30th anniversary edition of Ocarina of Time. That makes sense. It makes sense, but I think it makes better sense to have it as a launch title, as a Switch 2 launch title. That would be a fairly solid launch, and I would have considered buying a Switch 2. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. $30, sign of good faith, I probably would have got a Switch 2. But because the launch of the Switch 2 was so mid, and as that is depicted here, these are our titles. Our top selling titles minus Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know why that's not on here. This is just Wikipedia. Wikipedia is run by a bunch of ding-dings, if you didn't know that. So, our top selling game is not Mario Kart World. It's actually Tears of the Kingdom. They sold almost 22 million copies. Awesome. Good for you. It's a good game. So we've got Tears of the Kingdom. Actually, wait, no. Tears of the Kingdom, this isn't right. This doesn't, I have not seen a breakdown of Switch 2 copies. So we have a combined total of 22 million. But that doesn't tell us what the actual Switch 2 sales were. Whatever. I would say it's probably at like the halfway point here, because I maybe it's probably number 2 and Donkey Kong is number 3, but let's just whatever. For the sake of shits and giggles, we'll leave it as it is. Mario Kart World is at almost 15 million copies. Donkey Kong is at less than just under 5. Pokepedia, I don't know what that is. Pokemon whatever, I don't know what that is either. Kirby Air Riders and Hyrule Warriors. These are your killer apps on the Switch 2. Personally, I think these are pretty weak, especially considering that there's 2 Pokemon games that I couldn't give a shit about. Hyrule Warriors is just a coat of paint on Dynasty Warriors. Kirby Air Riders is a racing game. Mario Kart World is a racing game. And Mario Kart World is not as good as Mario Kart 8, which is the best Mario Kart of all time, the highest selling Mario Kart of all time, and has the most content. Where Mario Kart World, you're just driving around an empty world and waiting to, I don't know, whatever. People are going to get mad about that. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I think it's really not a Donkey Kong game. It's like if you had a completely separate game world and that is like a tech demo for a destruction engine, and then they slap Donkey Kong on top. That's just my opinion. I don't think these are very good games. Not impressed, not thrilled. Okay? So these are problems that Nintendo has. We have not a great lineup for a console that's been out for a very long time, and we're seeing a slump in sales of the consoles because of multiple reasons. I don't think there's enough games coming out to justify people buying Switch 2s, and I don't think that there's any more market for a Switch 2. I think the people that wanted one have one, so they've hit market saturation. On top of that, they don't have any games to decrease that market saturation. So you're going to see less and less Switch 2s sold, and they're also going to increase the price of the Switch 2. So that's another reason why people aren't going to want to buy a Switch 2. Just going to be honest with you. Another major thing is that, and this is a big one, and everyone loves Nintendo, and they love how they innovate around their hardware, and they innovate their games for the hardware and vice versa. The problem I'm seeing is that this title, GTA 6, is not coming to the Switch 2. Let me say that again. GTA 6 is not coming to the Switch 2. There's a lot of reasons for that, but the main reason is their hardware is not powerful enough to run GTA 6. When GTA 6 launches, people have estimated it will make $1 trillion. That's with microtransactions, that's with sales. It is supposed to be the biggest game ever. It's not even going to be close. And if the biggest game ever is not going to be on your console, what are you going to do about it? You're going to shit down both legs. You're going to piss down both legs. And you're going to watch your numbers go down. Because I said this in the comment section with this guy that was really spurging out. But he had like an emotional breakdown about how much he loves Nintendo. And I told him, this is a big deal. GTA 6 not being on your console is going to hurt. And I gave the example that if little Jimmy, this imaginary child Jimmy, wants to play GTA 6 and he doesn't have any consoles, he's going to go to the store with his mommy. And they're going to walk to the video game aisle. And then they're going to get to the video game aisle and he's going to say, Mommy, there's GTA 6. And she's going to be like, son, you've been such a good boy. Here, let's buy GTA 6 for you. And then she's going to hand him GTA 6. And then he's going to be like, but Mommy, I don't have a console for this. And then she's like, oh, we need to remedy that. Let's walk over to where the consoles are sold. And they're going to walk over. They're going to see Xbox, whatever the... I'm so sorry about this. I don't know what the new... What's the best Xbox? What's that one? That Xbox is like the Series S, X. I don't know what it is. Whatever that is, I don't understand Xbox naming strategies. Just whatever the top dog Xbox is, he's got the choice of that one. And he's got the PlayStation 5. So whatever he likes, whichever one he likes, he's going to buy, and he's going to leave the store, and he's going to play GTA 6, and it's going to be wonderful for him. But he didn't get a Switch 2. And if you don't have the biggest game of all time on your console, your sales are going to drop because eyeballs are going to be away from what you provide. The Microsoft team has talked about this in the past, where they are competing for not only video game sales, they're competing for attention from people that are on Twitter and Instagram and all these other services, because if you're looking at Instagram, you're not playing Xbox, right? So if you're playing GTA 6 on an Xbox or a PlayStation 5, you're not playing any Switch titles. And if you have Ocarina of Time as your hardest hitting title for the year 2026, the year of our Lord, people aren't going to be buying that. I mean, that is a colossal problem. They probably would have sold more copies of Ocarina if it was a launch title. But now they're going to sell it at probably $80. I don't have any confirmation of this, and no one does. But my thought is it's going to follow the trend of all other games, or they're going to hide it behind some live service thing you have to pay for, which is stupid. But if they sell Ocarina of Time for $80 when GTA 6 launches, what am I going to buy? Am I going to buy the game that I've played a million times at $80? I've literally played The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time thousands of times, completed it thousands of times because I've done speedruns of it. So would I waste my $80 before tax on a game I've already played, or will I buy GTA 6? I'm going to buy GTA 6. I'm just going to tell you that. It makes no sense, especially with the amount of content you get from GTA 6. Your dollars per smiles are going to be a lot more on GTA 6 because of the amount of content Rockstar jams into their Grand Theft Auto series games. They are a good purchase. It's like going to the movie theater and spending $20, but you've got a month-long subscription to whatever movie you want for $20. It's kind of like that with GTA. You've got hundreds of hours of content in a $80 to $90 game. That is a good value for money. Netendo's biggest obstacle of 2026 is going to be GTA 6. And they're launching their game, Ocarina of Time, at nearly the same time as GTA 6. It is going to absolutely hammer their stock price, which is not doing hot. It's lost 23.74% in 5 years. In 5 days, it's up 0.5%. So that's good for them. But the 1 year total, it's down 45.8%. 5 year, it's down almost 24%. That is a big deal. That is a massive deal. It's more comparable to like a 1 year tracker, because we can see when the Switch 2 launched and we can see where we're at now. That is a huge amount. 46% of their stock prices went down. And why does this matter to you? It doesn't matter to you if you're just a gamer, you turn on your video game and you play your game. Oh, Take-Two Interactive. Look at this. Look at Take-Two Interactive. Look at them. To the fucking moon! And then we also have Nintendo losing their lawsuits with Pocket Pair, because they thought they could go after somebody who made something very similar to their game, but it is distinct enough, and they got butthurt about it. Not good. It's not going to be a lot of money that Nintendo has to pay. It's not going to be a detrimental amount of money. It's going to be a rounding error in the grand scheme of things, but it doesn't look good for PR when you're taking L's in the courtroom that you shouldn't have been taking because you're fucking stupid and you're suing everybody. Also, the guy that's been doing the Unreal Engine 5 Ocarina of Time remake, not a remake, but his own little fan project, his stuff, I haven't heard anything, but it is disappearing. He is canceling the project. I wonder if Nintendo gave him a cease and desist. I don't know, but it's on point for what they do. But generally they do it before a project launches, so that might not have anything to do with this. they probably would have done this a year ago, like at the beginning of the project, saying like, hey, slap that down. But who knows? Maybe not. But the guy that's doing the Ocarina of Time fan project has ceased production. He was never going to sell it. It was just going to be a fan little thing where you could see what Ocarina of Time would end up looking like in Unreal Engine 5. I believe, and I have no confirmation of this, but I believe Ocarina of Time is going to be in Unreal Engine because it's easy to write for. It's fairly efficient. Who knows? It could be any engine. It could be an in-house engine, but I highly doubt it. I'm guessing that they're just going to take Ocarina of Time code and then throw it into Unreal Engine wrapper, just like the Oblivion remake. So these are the issues I have with Nintendo. And these are the issues I think Nintendo is going to be facing. I think the Switch 2 sales are not going to get better, especially not this year, because why would you spend $500 when you could spend similar money on a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox? And you can get to play GTA 6. GTA 6 is going to be a console seller. It will not release on PC, not at the start of it, not on launch day. It'll probably be like several months after, maybe a year after. It will eventually come out on PC, and it'll be great, hopefully. But PlayStation 5 and Xbox are going to see a massive boom in sales because they're going to get to play GTA 6 before everybody else does. And it's going to be nice. It's going to be huge console sales for those individuals. And Xbox needs that right now. Xbox is in trouble. But that's kind of a topic for another video. So, Nintendo fans, I hope we can be friends. I was once one of you, but I was less irrational than you are. Now I'm extremely rational. I look at things from a business perspective. And if I was a business owner that could afford owning Nintendo or owning Take-Two, I would buy Take-Two. I'm just telling you. I mean, Take-Two is much more mainstream, much more profitable, whereas Nintendo is on a good run, but I think the ass has fallen out. I don't think they're going to be selling any more consoles. I think they've hit peak market share, market saturation, and this is the beginning of the end of 2026 for them. Because there's going to be no killer app. And Ocarina of Time, let's face it here, it's a millennial game. And Zoomers don't care about this kind of shit. They're playing Roblox, they're playing Minecraft, they're playing Fortnite, and Ocarina of Time, isn't that old game my dad likes? Ew. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be an absolutely barn burner. I just don't see it. Ocarina of Time is a decent game. It was a decent game for its time period, and I think it has held the crown of best game of all time for way too long. If you go back and play the game without rose-tinted glasses on, it's a decent game, but it's not the best. That's my take. And this is coming from a guy that used to say Ocarina of Time is the best game ever. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for leaving hate comments. If you'd like to have a discussion, I mean, I'm open to talking to you in the comment section if you can be civil. If not, then, leave your hate comments like I said before and go fuck off.